even come my way if you know you ain't right. When I come through, boys know it's me. I'm player from the South, nothing less than a G. When I come through, they know I'm about my...
Stro, this is Curtis, baby.
Yeah, I know Curtis, man.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Off the Muscle, where we give you knowledge, wisdom, and game. And we are here tonight to discuss a subject that is very, very near and dear to my heart. We will be speaking on the pros and cons of Black women in power. Before we get started, I'd like to let y'all know that today's show is sponsored by Kamala Was Right. All right, just letting y'all know. Today's show is sponsored by Kamala Was Right. Go back and watch the speech and everything she said. This motherfucker is doing. All right, hi, nice to see y'all tonight. It is Wednesday. Today was a beautiful day, nice and warm and sunny. And y'all know who this is. This is my co-host right here. This is the Maniac. What's up, Maniac?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. Just chilling, you know. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna anyways.
I'm trying to tell you. If y'all, not if y'all, I'm sure that y'all were on Old Lunk Entertainment last night. And since y'all were there, y'all got to witness bullshit at its best and 100% factual evidence all at the same time from the rookie over there. What's up, baby?
Man, this is the Rook coming at you with the stats. I'm back.
There he is.
You can hit me on anything. I'm ready. If I was wrong, come at. I see you in the comments.
I'm trying to tell you. Shit. Now, this other person that is in the studio tonight has been acclaimed as someone who is real close to the science of your boy music, you know what I'm saying? This is Raya, the baby girl of the family from Raya's World.
Hello, y'all. How y'all doing tonight?
Already. Check this out, y'all. I have some questions for y'all tonight. All three of y'all, all four of us, but all three of y'all. I need y'all to be ready because we're gonna be shooting slugs. We're gonna be firing back at anybody who has anything to say to the affirmative and anybody that's negative against our women of color in power. Now, nobody's perfect. I want to say that right now. Nobody's perfect. I was raised by women. Hey, dad was there. You know what I'm saying? Didn't stay with us. Step pops was there. But you know what? It really came down, y'all, as far as I'm concerned. All right? Me. The women in my family are the ones who made it happen. My mom being the oldest, you know what I'm saying? I had them strong aunties. You know, because you be talking about this kind of shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? But tonight, starting off, I want to discuss, since we're talking about the pros and cons of women in power. The power starts with normal women, not women in power. Young ladies like Raya, young ladies like our sisters, our nieces, the community.
Exactly.
Those are the people that really started off for us. And amongst those people that started off for us, I need to know what y'all's thoughts are on the part of America that presents all the adversity to these women of color.
The rich, the white, they hate any minority, and each flag you get on minority and then a woman. So it's all you're getting pushed back 2 times fold. It's a bad rap for you. Those are the people that's knocking you down. The men are going to jail, but the women have to deal with the kids and they have to build the community that the men left them. Not on purpose, because we could go into them, but it's about women. But they have to build the community to help them out because the government's not helping.
Right.
So they got to do it themselves.
Right. That's understood.
The same thing does happen in the white community too, though.
Of course. Let me hear it. Maybe we don't know what you understand. Maybe we don't know anything about that. So because we're talking about women that start off as normal women before they decide that they want to be in power, before they go out for politics, before they go out to be business owners, before they go out to be matriarchs. You never know what a person, man or woman, is going to be. So from that community, what do you see as a subject or a degradation of women of any kind that stops women from becoming or stepping up to that next level, becoming more educated, more powerful, more in control of her life and her family's life?
I feel like a lot of it is like when they get older, they have some, like for instance, my mom, single mom. I didn't have my dad. He was in prison most of my life. And she ended up working for the state. She had a great job, but then eventually, like, I feel like she didn't have maybe say that push that black women, that people of color, that, other races they have. Like, for instance, like the Indians, they come over here to America and they all have some kind of business. They all have, whether that's, your gas station, your hotels, your whatever it is, they all are working in a business there. And their culture is, hey, you're getting this opportunity to go to this new place. You need to, do what you're going here to do. But I feel like sometimes us white people, like, we don't have that push from our parents,
Right.
from our, like, we're like, hey, and I'll admit it, a lot of us are like, everything's kind of given to you.
Yeah.
Like, this is all yours. But
And we're brought up that way.
a lot of us aren't given that push to say, go fucking get it.
Right.
It's like, this is yours, but you still have to do the work. You still have to go get it.
100%. 100%.
And I feel like that's a lot of the difference between, like, I'm not trying to speak for anybody, but like, I feel like in the black community, there's a lot of that push of being like, you're already looked down on because you're black. So you're already a step down.
Because of society.
Right. Because of society norms and just unfortunately how it is in the
Well,
world.
we happen to have a young black lady sitting here next to me. Ryan, what do you think?
I would say systematically, black women are definitely at the at the bottom of the totem pole. But looking at it, black women are the foundational black backbone to America, to every system that's been put into place. I will say, I will agree with what Maniac was saying. In the black community, we definitely do have a greater push to go out there and get it because from a young age, we're taught that we're already at the bottom. Like all odds are against us. Everything is set to be against us. Like nothing is supposed to be fair for us. And yeah, so we just definitely do have to work 10 times harder. And then like Ricky said, we're women on top of that. Like we are double down on the totem pole because we're already looked at as inferior to a man. And then you're a black woman on top of that, you're extra inferior, not
So-
realizing.
Here's something I want y'all to elaborate on. The government gave women a certain amount of power, okay? And in that power, I'll go in on this part after I let you guys answer this question or elaborate on it. I had a whole argument with a person today that told me that black women wasn't shit and that women should not have power at all. Y'all shouldn't run nothing. Y'all shouldn't be in charge of anything. And that women were, they didn't have the fortitude. They didn't have the brain power. Their neurons wasn't firing as fast as ours, so they had no business running the damn thing. These words were spoken to me today. Okay, but the government actually gave women some power that a lot of black women, in particular, ran with, which is the fact that when they took the black male out of the household, okay, due to Section 8, due to government funding, due to TANF, food stamps, all these different programs where it took
Prisons. Yeah.
the independently owned prison system. All this was
Rap
all built
music.
together. You know what I'm saying? It was all. No, you're right. It was all built together.
Sports.
Yep. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, totally.
But how do y'all feel about the fact that
It's all by design.
it was by design? It honestly was by design. But that kind of summed it up. But it was by design. But do y'all think we're starting from the bottom now, but from the bottom up, do women belong controlling anything, Maniac?
I think the right woman.
Okay, what makes the right woman though? Because see, right now we're allowed to give any old motherfucking man the privilege to do.
But we also are in a society that's afraid to let go of that.
You
How
know
I
what?
say masculine control.
Let me ask you a question.
We're in a society that doesn't want to
Hold
let
that
go
thought.
of that.
I see you, brother.
You know
I
what
see you.
mean?
The
I see you, rookie.
patriarchy. We're in the
Exactly.
patriarchy.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you a question, and you know why I'm asking you?
Okay.
Was Kamala the right woman? Answer the question.
Based off of what I saw, no.
Okay.
And that comes back to the whole it's filtering
I'm gonna come
into
back.
every episode.
I'm gonna come back to
Propaganda
that.
thing
I'm gonna
that
come.
I've been trying to filter into every
I'm gonna
episode.
come back to that. I'm gonna come back to that. You know I'm gonna come back to
I know
that.
you will.
Talk to me, Rook.
I know you
See,
will.
when it comes to tokenism, and I both sides of the tokenism, like this is how much a black woman, not even Kamala, but this is what she had to go through, even being thought of as a president.
Uh-huh.
Not only do I have to do everything that the white men that came before me and the one black president had to do, but I have to do it 2 times better because I've got a magnifying glass on me, and if I do anything wrong, like I remember Obama touched his nose, and that was the talk of the town. He wore a brown suit. So imagine a black woman. They're talking about like to compare. Trump is saying black men,
Wait, think
black
about his
people.
statement. Think about his statement. What he just said.
Exactly. Trump is saying black people are lazy, and then we're like, oh, let's talk about that. Can you believe what Trump said? And then Kamala she has a weird laugh. Like we're not even having the same conversation.
No.
So, and then on the other side of tokenism, let's say she did make it, she can't be the regular president that we want because she also has to work harder. She's almost like even harder boss. She has to be more strict because she knows these people are watching her. Like, no, I don't play no games. I need to like dust every corner and make sure I don't let anything slide. So now she's like a hard ass because she has to be.
Right.
You can't. There's no mistakes that she could have possibly made.
You can't
if they
have
were
one
allowed.
without the other.
Exactly. We would have been hearing it to this day. We can't. It's the magnifying glass on a black woman is impossible. That's why I don't think that even if we get 10 steps ahead, we still wouldn't allow a black woman to be in the power in the next 10 years. It's just not gonna happen. It's too many steps that we have to make.
Talk to me.
A black woman could check off every single box, but the box that will be highlighted the most is her being a black woman. Like at the end of the day, she can have every single qualification, but simply because she is a black woman, she is going to be disqualified automatically.
Hey.
And if we're speaking on if she was the correct black woman to be in power, we would never know because she's not in office. But
She's not.
what we do know is that who's currently in office is absolutely not right for anybody in this in this country, period. So it's like Maniac said, like the magnifying glass that's put on black women, you cannot mess up. You can't afford to mess up. And no matter like us, people kind of forget that black women are humans. They kind of I don't know the word, but they kind of look at us as like you can't mess up whatsoever. So yeah.
So back to what you said. Now,
Mhm.
you heard Raya and you heard the rookie. If you hold this guy and this guy or this lady in the same looking glass,
Mhm.
what I try to explain to people is that she outshines him the way she speaks, her knowledge, her education level, her experience, handling the government, dealing with people, the ability to read, having common sense. She outshines him in every single category on what it takes to become a politician, except for the fact that everyone wants to say he's a businessman. And in this case, and I will say in this case only, because I do agree that there are some situations where a businessman could be good for the United States.
I was about to
But
say,
business is
maybe
business is a
politicians are what we
greed.
needed.
With 6 failed businesses.
Business is a greedy entrepreneurial endeavor. In order for you to be a businessman, you are for self. Businessmen do not want to give unless it's a tax write-off to the public.
Capitalism is killing us. Honestly.
Capitalism. You have to understand that that man doesn't want. He is the president that has enriched himself times 10 more than every other president in history while in
Obama did
office.
that. Imagine Obama did that. it would be.
They would have been
He
off with
said
his
if I
It would
head.
have been
did,
another January
They
6th.
would have.
if I did any of
That's
this, is what he said. That's exactly what he said. Where in the hell am I? Check this out. I want y'all to see something real quick. All right. Where are we at?
As having a black woman as your supervisor, a black woman in power, leadership, either that wasn't in the nasty attitudes, the power trip, the micromanaging, the I'm the HBIC type of energy that they give, I thought it was a lie. I thought it was a lie until I experienced it.
So
And that's the tokenism I was talking about. You have to. What is she to do? What is a black woman to do? Like, and it's not meant to be a pity party because they're human too. We all make mistakes. We try to keep each other at
are black women nasty when they get in power?
but they have to be.
You can't have confidence as a black woman because it automatically gets written off as you having an attitude
Okay.
or you being stuck up or stubborn. Like
I can vouch on that actually.
And you know what it is?
I can vouch for
like
that.
you cannot
into
be
it. Like,
confident
you
as a
know
black
that-
woman. No, go ahead.
Like, you've been through it. You know the angry black man, air quote. We're having the same conversation. We're talking about sports.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. You sound angry.
You sounded angry,
Exactly. Like, you sound
but
like you're
but
gonna
you're not
hit
an
that
angry
guy.
person.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never struck anybody.
Right.
But you kind of, so you know what it's like.
Right.
So as a black woman, I can be stern. I'm just as stern as my white counterpart.
Mhm.
But no, you're angry, and I don't like that. And there's nothing that she could do. If she's too soft, if you're soft as a black woman, you're not going to be in power for long because they couldn't wait for you to do
So
that.
what you're saying is that a black woman, in order to get to a position, has to work twice as hard, has to do twice as
And
much,
she has to be
and then when
stern.
she gets there, she has to be super firm so that she doesn't lose her position.
Exactly.
So it makes her seem like an asshole.
Mhm.
And she has to be.
Yeah.
You've never seen a woman on top that isn't, because some people for the they'll put you in air quotes power because they're doing the puppets. So they're like, here,
Okay.
look, we did what you asked. We put her in power. And then she may be soft, or they put her in a position to where they know she's gonna fail, and then she fails, and they're like, see, we tried, so
Yeah.
we're not gonna do it again. I'm like, well, you didn't give her a chance, a real chance, because y'all didn't want to see her firm.
Okay, well, let me ask y'all this. So who is that up there? It says, society is, as it stands, top structure. What? Too structured. You gotta move that mouse out the way.
Read that.
In patriarchy. Yeah, read that.
Too structured in patriarchy. And unfortunately, society is too reliant on it to let it go. No one knows what a woman in power looks like, and because they don't know, they fear it.
100%.
What was the last one? Like
Another one said they
Cleopatra?
want us to be superwoman,
That's a real woman.
like a superhero.
So why? Okay, so here's the question. The question at hand is, are we only holding black women to this pedestal when we like what they're doing? And when we don't like what they're doing, we're dropping them down to less than, even though their accolades and their abilities are outshining everyone around them, including some men.
Yeah, like if you look at going to college rates, it's almost double the black man. And we have, there's millions of reasons for that too, but we can still congratulate our black women for doing that after being at the bottom. The white men, they started the race and did a lap, and then they shot the gun. Now the black men could go, but after 10 seconds, now the black woman could go.
Mhm.
So it's not even close. And then they still managed to pass us.
Mhm.
We can address the black men, but we still got to congratulate them first and see how they got there to make sure that we could follow behind. Hopefully not soon. Hopefully sooner than later.
Hold on. I want you to say something. But before I say that, I want you to understand something. Black women have historically, outside of those who had to remove their men, have historically held their men and supported us on a pedestal and put us up on a pedestal. Black women have historically lifted up their men. And once they did, those men have normally returned the favor and held their woman back up on a pedestal so that they can succeed.
It goes for women, wives. Every time you see a young man make it to the NFL basketball, thinking his mom's on his left side because she probably
Oh
Woke up
man.
at 3 a.m. getting them to basketball practice. She's got
Oh
work in
man.
3 hours. Probably work
Oh
have 30
man.
minutes. She has done everything just so he could get the
Man,
opportunity.
I taught him how to run. I taught him how to catch.
Mhm.
I taught him how to do all this good stuff. And I did this for him. And boy, catch the ball and hit hard and da 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 da. And the boy gets on the field and he runs down the field and he jukes and he runs down and he gets a score touchdown and they run up to him in the camera and he says, "Hi, mom."
Exactly. They
Do y'all know why? Do you know why? The reason why is because mom held the household together. No, people always say, "Well, daddy paid the bills and he did this that." We understand. If you are a father and you pay all the bills in the household, that is fine. But you know what happens? That's just as important as paying them bills.
Being active in the house.
Instruction.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I
You know,
started
it trips me out because they say that black women aren't qualified to run this country. But if we take it back to slavery, we were literally the foundational backbone to slavery. Like they had us watching their kids. Like everything, they had us in their kitchens cooking. They had us on their
The
plantations.
white folks wouldn't have survived
They
without
would not
y'all.
have. So it's really, it baffles me that everybody speaks on black women as if we haven't proven ourselves time and time again for centuries upon centuries that not only are we dedicated to the work that we do, but we probably outshine 90% of the people that are trying to do the same work as us. And it's just like every time we get close to the line gets pushed further back for us. Like we'll never be able to catch up to that line because everybody knows that when a black woman truly knows her power and when she understands who she is, she's the most powerful woman on the earth. She's the most powerful being on the earth.
And to get to the other point of that, because you also mentioned, like, okay, what if they're wrong? What if we don't agree? And it's highlighted. You see it on Twitter. You don't even see the black woman's success. You see the crazy woman, like, oh, look what she's saying about her boyfriend. Look at this crazy, wild take that I don't even think she agrees with about relationships and how they need to be ran. We see the bad women get highlighted, and look, see, this is why no one dates the black woman. Everybody can
That's
chime
day
in on that.
one. That's
They
day
love
one.
that. They're like, see,
The media
thank you. Look at
portrays black women in such a terrible
So
light.
here's the best thing you can do for yourself as society. Downplay who you admire so you can take their place. So in society, they will talk down on us while copying us at the same time. Do you understand that? That's what happens on a daily basis. And one of my white homeboys told me, man, you know what? He said, man, I wish I was black. He said, only thing is, he said, I can never be black. I'm not going to be black. And I don't understand black fully. He said, but you know what? He said, y'all are everything that we do.
We're the
Did you hear
blueprint.
that? Y'all are everything that we do.
Yeah. And to get the community thing, like how how we got the cookout, because we also have to congratulate the white people that were with us.
Yes.
Because we couldn't just do you think they would have just let us on a mic? The white people also helped us get there as well. And
Black pride does not mean white hate.
That's what I'm saying.
I tell people all the time, just because we want to uplift ourselves, we're trying to dig ourselves out of a hole that we were put in. And when people say, well, y'all, that shit's over with. No, first of all, slavery's not over with. It's still going on right now. That's number one. Number two, and the bad part
It's
about
not
it is
just
that,
slavery.
man,
Red line.
everything that's going on right now, they're trying to take away women's voting rights again. Pay attention, y'all. This is going on right now. They're going to require that everyone have not an ID, or what did Trump say? He said you need a license plate.
Yeah, if you have your husband's last name, you're not going to be able to
If a
vote.
woman has her husband's last name, she cannot vote unless she gets rid of his last name. So what are they trying to do? They were trying to remove men again. Part two.
Yeah.
Are y'all paying attention? They're trying to remove men from the black woman mainly because they're going to have a loophole for others.
Mm-hmm.
But also, they're going to be requiring everyone to have a birth certificate. Now, one thing that you have to understand, and you've spoken on this before, Maniac, that there are people who are not black, who not are people of color, that are poor people, that may be white, that have the same situations going on. And because of that, those are the people why you and I have discussions about why would you vote against your own interest. As a white male who did not grow up rich with a single mom, you see what I'm saying? So if you vote against your own interests, it makes you a fool. And if a person has something in them that presents more to make you progress, then you are or you should vote for that. Okay? Now, check this out. It has been said that y'all don't have the brain processing power to keep up. That's what Charlie Kirk said.
Right.
That's what Charlie Kirk said. Now, I am taking it just a hair out of context, but that's what was said.
Mhm.
So, are y'all smart or y'all, what, or is it something that people are seeing because social media shows
What's the context though?
the context he was talking about?
I'm not
affirmative
trying to
action.
discredit it.
He was talking about affirmative action, is what he's talking about. And in the process of speaking on affirmative action, he named Ketanji Brown Jackson, my girl Jasmine Crockett, and fucking somebody else. And it might could have been Kamala Harris. And he said that because they thought the way they thought, they don't have the brain processing power to keep up with white men, or something to that effect, close to it. So y'all correct me if I'm exactly wrong, but yeah, it was something that. But the fact remains that he said that black women don't have the processing power to keep up or to be involved in politics or to be smart enough to lead. That was the subject at
But
hand.
we're all human. We all have the same
That's how you
processing
think.
abilities.
That's how you think.
Well, I mean,
The slave masters didn't think that,
Absolutely not.
huh?
Yeah,
The slave masters didn't think that.
they did not think that.
That's it's always a barrier we gotta get over.
Mhm.
It's
there's
and it's
always been slaves
Right.
ever since day one.
But who- but-
long before America.
But who was enslaved the longest? People of color. And
There
the
was
different
a lot
types of
of-
slavery.
Yeah.
Slavery was different all over the world.
Mhm.
Some
True.
slavery people were treated good in slavery.
Mhm.
And
They-
a lot
they-
of them were treated very badly,
Right. Yeah, they-
especially in East Africa.
right.
In East Africa, there was a
Overstood.
lot of. That's where most of the slaves around the time period we're talking, like 10% came to the U.S. The rest of them,
Ooh, look at
pretty
you.
much the rest of them, and they all came from Dahomey. Dahomey was the country that pretty much all the slaves came out of. 10% of them came to the U.S. I'm not saying it's not a
But
problem.
what about the homegirls?
the majority? They all went to East Africa.
And you see how they're still being enslaved
They are
and under
yes.
certain, like
lot of-
very similarly
There's
to
a
this
lot of
day.
genocide going on too.
Mhm.
Yes.
So, like I said, y'all have to remember the slave trade was told in reverse. You said something very important. Only 10% of the slaves that came here, because they claim that millions of slaves came to the United States or Turtle Island. Okay, and y'all have to understand that we are the original Indians. We are the Aboriginal people of Turtle Island, which is the United States. We were here before the slave trade ever took place.
Mhm.
Okay, do you know that?
You
Okay.
can't teach them. It kind of, when people say stuff like that, oh well, we were brought over from Africa. It kind of doesn't make sense, because it's like, how are we so knowledgeable of the land? How are we able to take care of the land if we had never been here? If the land that is in America and the land that is in Africa are two totally different lands, how did we come to a completely foreign nation
What?
and be able to get an understanding of how to tame the land and tend the land in such a short amount of time?
Because you know who writes history?
White
winner.
people.
The winners.
The winner. No,
The
it's
winner.
not white people. It's
The
the
winner.
winner. The winner of every conflict, every battle. It's the winner that writes the history.
and I get being on the other side too, because I could almost sympathize with, let's say you're the white man in the trailer park home and you're like, okay, I hear y'all talking about that, but I'm broke with y'all. And then but then it goes back to literally what you just said. So why are you voting against it? You're with it, you're here with us. So what incentivizes you? What do you see in the thing that you voted opposed to put yourself even further in the dirt to make sure that, like, is it envy? Is it what quality did
Deputization.
Hmm.
So what happened a long time ago? Someone said, "Hey, how do we keep a?" Do you remember Django?
yeah
You remember when he said when he pulled up, he said, "Hey, what that goddamn nigga doing up on that goddamn horse?" And he was like, what's the boy name live down over yonder way?" And he said, "Yeah, his name is whatever his name was." He said, "Yes, him. Treat him like you do him," which was a white boy. And the reason why he told him to treat him like him was because that white boy wasn't shit in their eyes. See, there were white people that wasn't shit to the slave owners. But the only way they can keep them ain't shit white people on their team is to deputize them. And the way they deputize them is say, look here, I'm going to hand you a pistol or a rifle. And what I want you to do is every time one of them some bitches move, you holler or shoot. And that's going to put you down with us. And you know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to let you live in that little shack over there next to theirs. You follow me?
Yeah.
But all you get to do is every time one of them move, don't do something you don't like, shoot or holler. And I got your back. And they never got anything. They never got anything. They stayed in the same position. They never got rich. And they never changed their stars. All right? But they always snitched, they always shot, and they always hollered. Because if I can make you feel like you are more important than the sorriest or the cheapest or the lowest black man, and you're a low, sorry white man, it's going to make you feel better about yourself.
And
And that's what happened.
what do you think? What do you think you
Overseers.
could say to change? How do you get that person that we just described to vote for a black
I
woman?
don't know. Ask him.
I mean, yeah. What do you think we can say?
And the
How do
reason
you
why I'm
feel?
saying that is not, you understand, I'm not shooting slugs at you,
Mhm.
but I am shooting slugs at you because you told me I voted this way, but I'm trying to find my way. I'm trying to find the reason. And earlier when I asked you about would you change your vote, you're basically like, oh, not really. I don't see a reason to vote for a black woman. But what if the black woman is twice as qualified as the white man? So where's your problem at?
Was she? One of the things was like,
No.
was
She's twice as qualified as the white man.
but was she even really black?
What does that have to do with it? What does that have to do with electing?
That's a damn right lie right out the bat. If she's gonna claim that she's black the whole time through her presidency,
So
and
let me ask
switch
you
up
this.
for each interview to accommodate to
So
the
are any of her
crowd that
parents
she's
black? Yes. Did she go
one
to
of them.
Right. I said, are any of them? So one of her
Okay.
parents is black. All right, now,
Okay.
was she in a black sorority?
Was she?
Did she go to a
Indeed.
black college?
Indeed.
She did.
This I don't know.
And they're trying to say, so the right wing propaganda says that she never claimed that she was black, which is a lie. So if you go to a black college, you have a black parent, you're in a black sorority, and you hoop and holler and do everything with black folks, why would you ever claim that you're not black? That's what you say to make people like my boy the maniac think that I can't vote for her because she lied. But you haven't said one thing about Donald Trump's lies. He's lied more than any 10
I
presidents.
have in other episodes.
You
I
have.
have in other
Okay.
episodes.
But okay. In this subject, you mentioned her telling a lie, which she didn't lie because she never said that she wasn't black. She never said that she was black. Well, she did say she was black, but they brought it out because they said that all of a sudden she's acting like this and that. Well, she was never going for president before.
She wasn't in the spotlight to
She
be
was never
shown
in-
in. Yeah.
What you say?
And that's what I was saying about the pedestal. The one lie that's air quotes that we're calling into question that we could debate all day, compared to I could turn on the TV right now and he's probably lying about something.
Right.
And they still
been
don't. They're like,
proven.
it doesn't matter. They have an excuse down the list about what's something he may say in the future because they know he's gonna lie.
Right.
They
Release the
already got
files.
excuses.
Release the files.
Right. Release the files.
He's trying to get that
Let's
away.
just do that.
And they'll say that and still be like, and I'll vote for him again. I'm
Yeah,
like,
there's like it's proven evidence that he's a terrible person, but because he's white, we're gonna let him pass.
I don't understand it. Some people voted for him because he said he'll release the files, and then he said he didn't, and they don't care. So, it really goes to show they would rather that means if they had one purpose to vote for him, he didn't even show up with that purpose, and they still will vote for him. That means they will do all of that instead of vote for a black woman. That's what I'm saying. Doesn't matter what she would have done. She could have been dark skinned and been born in Texas and almost saying what they're saying. Oh, I feel like she could have had the same policies as Trump, been a worse president, and they still wouldn't have voted for her.
No, of course they wouldn't, because they'd have laughed at her and said, "Look at this black person going out with these policies," and they'd be like, "Wait a minute, that's the same policies he has." But because she's a black woman, it doesn't mean anything.
It's not going to happen in the next 10 years. I say that. It's just it's too many barriers to this day in 2026 that you have to get over.
Let me tell y'all about
become
something that I
empowered.
actually saw. Okay, I saw this.
The dope joke.
So they were having a ball, all right, and at this ball, the ladies are walking around and they say, we trying to find us a soldier to take home. You know what I'm saying? So in walks this sergeant major. This young lady is scoping the whole crowd out, and she sees Sergeant Major over there, and he walks into the room, and he looks like he's kind of fixing himself up, and he popping his collar, you know what I'm saying? He looking, bam, bam. He's in the mirror. Sergeant Major's standing there, and all of a sudden, the young lady runs up on him, and she says, well, how are you doing tonight, sir? And he kind of looked at her, he's like, how you doing? And a real soldier-like,
Stiff.
I'm not real formal. I'm not really trying. He's stiff, he's stiff. She's like, well, how are you doing? While admiring him the whole time, she's trying to get his attention. Sergeant Major's like, yeah. She's like, well, how are you doing? I'm a very beautiful woman. I'm trying to speak to you, Sergeant Major. Are you interested in anything like me? And he was like, well, yeah, we can talk a little bit. So they walk around for a few minutes, and then she's talking to the Sergeant Major, and she says, well, Sergeant Major, I'm really wondering, what. Can you loosen up a little bit? He's, I can loosen up. Very major painish,
Yeah.
And she says, we're talking about old school times. So at this time, I think it was like it was like 1956 or something like that, And she asked him. She said, "Well, Sergeant Major, when's the last time you had sex?" And he was like, "Ma'am?" She said, "Sergeant Major, when's the last time you had sex?" He said, "I would, 1955." She was like, 1955? She said, well, let me take you and show you a good time, So she took him over to the room, and Sergeant Major, he put that work in, you know what I'm saying? So she said, Sergeant Major, she said, you said you hadn't had sex since 1955. And he was like, yeah. And then she said, well, you seem like you knew what you was doing pretty well. And he said, well, ma'am, it's only 21:30 now.
It's been minutes.
It's only 21:30. There it is.
Hey, get booty, nigga.
Already. All right, y'all. So, movie stars, singers, rappers, and famous people. And I'm talking about from Lil' Kim to Taraji P. Henson. All right? When we're talking about those black women, what is the influence of their power on society, and what are those pros and cons? Because don't forget, y'all, now just a few minutes ago, we were talking about how social media, they key in on the negativity of black girls and women to portray why Kamala Harris couldn't be president. Do you understand what I'm saying? Those are things that sit in the heads of the powers that be and those voters.
It's an interesting view.
It's a true view.
And you know what's so sick?
It's a factual view.
And they talk about negatives. And ask them to describe what the negative is. And they're like, oh, the rap music, and they're talking about sex. Every music, all the time, no matter the genre, we're talking about sex. And why is sex negative? It's 2026. Everybody's having sex.
White slave owners used to have sex with the black male slaves to prove superiority.
Exactly. And they treat, in the way they treat the interracial relationships, it's almost like a white woman dating a black man. They treat that as she is having sex with a dog.
Right.
And that's how it is.
That's how it's looked at.
Disgusting. It's like
it ain't disgusting to her.
That's what I'm saying. Or it can be a good one. But they treat it like that. So if they see a video of a black woman talking about how she wants to have sex, she basically started a war. She did a hate crime.
Right.
And why? We're talking about negatives. List the negative. And that's it. They're like, wait, you were supposed to react. I said a black woman was talking about sex, and she described what she was doing. I'm like, okay, so let's get to a negative. That's it though.
But what makes anything different from rap music from the era of sex, drugs, and rock and roll?
Right. What's the
It's the same shit.
They're black. That's the difference.
y'all
They're
having
black.
hippies having orgies? The rock music they're having orgies. So what's the difference?
But you listen to rap music.
Yeah.
You listen to R&B. You may listen to still listen to rock. You still listen to country?
Yeah.
A little bit. Okay. So
I listen to a little bit of everything.
I do too. Is
A
there
little
a
bit of everything,
difference?
not everything.
But is there a difference in the message, or is it just how it's said and who's saying it?
A lot of it is how it's said and who's saying it. Because there's not much of a difference. It's really the type of music and what you listen to as a
Hey, we
person.
talk all the time about how the old school music was just as nasty, if not nastier, than the music of today. The music in the 70s and the 60s, they was talking some foul shit, y'all youngsters. I'm telling y'all right now,
And it was
y'all
good.
just didn't. We weren't paying attention to what they were saying because it was said in a way that made it a little bit acceptable. But I remember, you don't remember, they say when our parents was having their parties, y'all take y'all ass in the room and we listen to music in here. They didn't want us to hear that music. That music was talking nasty.
When you also understand that the music industry has been bought out and the people that we're seeing that are put on these pedestals are literally being paid to portray the people that they're putting on social media, it makes sense as to why everybody looks at us as animals or nasty or disgusting, because that's what the people that they put in these places
They're
are
plants.
paid to do. Like,
Yeah.
they're paid to make black people look a fool. Like, that's why people like Sexy Red get all this spotlight, but actresses like Taraji P. Henson, they go under the rug because she's not doing anything to embarrass a black woman. She's
Right.
actually doing the exact opposite. She's a black woman with a head on her shoulders. She's a black woman who actually speaks with elegance. You know, we can't have that portrayed in the media because then they'll get to thinking that black women are like that when we know that black women are not like that.
Exactly.
And you can't. The sad part is, like, okay, I don't agree with anything Sexy Red says, but you can't just listen to her music, have fun. Like, she makes club music.
It's entertainment.
Exactly. Like, since when we can list a bunch of people, like you can say Mick Jagger, he's doing cocaine on stage, but they're like, come on, it's just music. I'm like, yeah. So why we know it's just music?
He's biting heads off bats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every music artist, you can name 50 things that they probably did this year that is insane, probably land them in jail. Some of these people in jail for life. And we know how to separate the music, the talent from the music. But then any black, like, why is Sexy Red? This is regular music that's generic. It's just club music. You're putting her on a pedestal. You're like, look at that.
Because you
I'm
can play it or not. You have your choice to play it or not
That's what
play
I'm
it.
saying. Oh, you don't mess with it? Just listen to the other thousands of women rappers. That's actually. Oh, you want to hear a lyricist? Put on her. You want to? I kind of want to hear the club, but I just don't. I want to hear more singing. There's something for that too. But these guys aren't gonna get pedestal. You want to point at Sexy Red? Can you believe what the young kids are listening to? She's shaking her butt like a reefer.
Hey,
Yo.
man.
Like, come on, y'all.
Hey.
It's like the audacity of a black person to try to be better than what they portray us as. Like, the audacity of you to not want to be an animal. The audacity of you to not want to be the gum off of somebody, like the bottom of somebody's shoe. Like, the audacity of you to want to be great. Like, as a black person, men or women, like, you cannot want to be great in America simply because everybody already has this perceived notion of who you have to be. And if you don't fit that box, they're going to make you fit that box no matter what.
Exactly. And you have it in the back of your head. You're like, you're coming up as a rapper. I'm like, I can't be a rapper. It's just all the stigma. I really want to rap, but I kind of want to have fun with my friends and talk about how we be killing people. Even though we don't, I can say it at the beginning of my concert. I don't really kill people, but let's have fun on this fun song that I made. But I can't talk about that. I have to be a singer, or I can't even do rap. I gotta be like an inspirational type rapper. I'm like, we can't do that. It's almost like when you walk in the store as a black man, and then you're like, okay, I gotta buy something. I can't just walk in and come out with nothing
Because you didn't see what you wanted.
you
Yeah.
feel eyes on you. You feel the cameras on you. I'm like, man, like, and it's like that with everything. With rap, grocery store, even being a singer. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, fuck it.
They ain't have it.
Okay, buddy.
Thanks, man.
That's it. But let me say this. So in the entertainment industry, there are still people who, when you glance at them from a distance, you appreciate their greatness. All right. But then you turn around, if you look into them deeper, you find out that, oh my God, see, like they never said anything negative about Aretha Franklin. But if you know anything about Aretha Franklin, she was an activist. She was a Black Power movement person. She spoke out about Black rights, but all they talked about was her music. Do you want to know why? Because she was needed.
They look at Black people as entertainment.
She was needed. She's entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Think about James Brown. You know, he's not a woman. James Brown was a motherfucking fool.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a jackass fool.
All the way.
All the way. And you didn't know he was worse than Trump. You didn't know what the hell he was saying. Yeah, hey, James, what's going on there? You know, you like,
Chains and
okay.
everything. He's doing the
Stop.
same thing.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? You know, you be like,
And they
man,
loved it. They're like, yes, do that, do
it
that.
was like,
Clown
yeah,
thing.
that's him, boy.
That clown thing.
Because
What
he
the hell
was
did
the
you
type
say?
of entertainment that was needed at the time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, what's crazy is this. We have many, many, many great people that we can discuss, right? But if we talk about, oh my God, if we talk about Jasmine Crockett,
Right.
all right? We talk about Shirley Chisholm.
Mm.
Shirley Chisholm was the first Black woman to try to be president of the United States. She was a very outspoken woman. She faced so much adversity from white men voting against her. She faced so much from Black men voting against her. This is in 1972. This is 1 year before you and I were born. And Shirley Chisholm was a very, very intellectual and smart woman who knew a lot about politics and was very, very in tune with the world. But because Shirley fought through all that adversity, because she had a mouth on her, because Jasmine Crockett had a mouth on her, name another person who, well, see, y'all ain't gonna be able to tell me. Angela Davis had a mouth on her. How come, Raya,
Mm-hmm.
when a Black woman has a mouth on her, you're not saying nothing wrong, baby girl, but you speak in your mind. So in view of the fact that you're speaking your mind and you are right, why are you so much of a threat?
Because they look at when society looks at Black women, they want us to be who we were during slavery.
What you say?
They want us to be who we were during slavery.
Boy, stop.
They want us to be the caretaker of the house, the caretaker of the children, to cook and clean, and just to shut up, and just be that. The audacity, we're going back to the audacity of Black women to ever even feel the need to speak on something. Like, it's because everybody it's just like I said, when a Black woman knows how smart she is and when she actually uses her intellect, she is the most threatening person in a room, simply because a Black woman can hit the nail on the head of every single thing.
Who
Like,
told you that?
the Black women that surround me.
Are you,
I
are you a leader or a follower?
In terms of just in general,
Life, yeah, in general.
I would say that I'm a leader, but I'm a teachable leader.
I was just about to ask that. Like, how do you ground yourself?
Oh, look out,
In the
girl.
community, can you look upon? I'm not talking. You're not big leaders. Just when we were talking about earlier in the show, as a Black woman, you know all the negatives, and you got to just be right on everything. But sometimes you are wrong.
Mhm.
So how do you take it? Because as great as it is, the women are always going to be behind you with the yes queening. We make fun of it, but it's important.
It is.
But you also you don't realize those are also yes men too.
Mhm.
So it's hard to look upon the people that you have, and I'm like, okay, I've been saying this. I feel like I'm wrong, but no one's came up to me. How do you find out that you're wrong about something with a community full of yes men? Because you have to have it. I understand that. How do you find it? Where do you go to?
That's a good question.
Damn.
Okay. You got me with that one.
Hold on. Let me interrupt you real quick.
Mhm.
I'm giving you some time because you said something that was very important.
Mhm.
A lot of black men feel, Raya, you're a young lady.
Mhm.
You said something that grown ass women cannot say. Don't have the fortitude, and they can't
The ego.
get their chest.
Yeah.
Their ego won't let them say something that you just said. You said something to the effect of, I'm a strong woman, I'm a leader, but I'm
Teachable.
teachable. I will let a person who is smarter than me, who is more factual than me, because that's all that matters. If I'm talking bullshit in your ear, don't listen.
Mhm.
Tell me, partner, move back. I ain't got time for that. But if I have the ability to share with you, to bring you up, to bring you along, to teach you, and that goes for you young men too.
Right.
If I'm teaching you something, be receptive
Mhm.
to the teaching.
But now you got to understand. Now I got to almost.
Are
flip
black
it
women
to
too strong to be taught?
No, I almost think okay,
Some
but you
are.
got to remember.
I
You
can
got to
say
remember
some
they are a woman, and you know
Some
how
too
men can be.
stubborn.
You know how men can be. I could be teaching you, but I'm only teaching you because I really like the way you look, and now I got to think about that. It's so now
Are you
now
teaching
I'm
for
looking.
control? So you're saying that a lot of people
It's,
teach
it
for
is
control?
always about control, and think of it as just a woman, not even black. But now I'm black, and you got to think about that. Now I'm 2 steps back again. I want to find the non-yes men. So okay, I'm like, I understand. My girls are telling me yes, that's great, but I need some counter. I go to the men, but I'm like, oh, these
Men
men are
only
just
want
trying to
one
holler at me.
thing. Right.
Exactly.
Literally.
Right.
So I'm like, now not only I don't know what I don't know. So you're telling me something. I gotta look it up. I gotta do all the things. I can't just take it at face
So
value.
that's what gives the black women attitude.
That's what I'm saying because
I feel like
they can't just take anything that I'm saying because you could just be doing this. You could just be a weirdo. So I gotta background check you. I gotta check what you're saying. And if I'm checking what you're saying, I might as well just look it up myself. So who do I look to? So I didn't even realize until you brought it up. Like she is a woman. So how do I just now I gotta go back to the women because it's safer there.
Mhm.
But they're just saying yes, queen, yes, queen. So I can't go to nobody. I gotta be within my own thoughts. A new idea comes up
Yes,
and it
sir.
only goes through my own thing. You end up you made an echo chamber, but there was nothing you could do about it.
Right.
I feel like the stubbornness of black women really comes from like the broken homes and us having to be both the mother and the father of the household. So it's just like when we as black women, I can say that there is some very unteachable black women and that
Oh
comes
shit,
from
yeah, there are some very
yeah,
unteachables. Yeah, I'm
very
goddamn.
unteachable black women. And I feel like it stems from being put in, like you said, traumatic situations when it comes to handling men or being put in situations where you had to be the man. And it's just like most people don't take into account that that is something that black women have been taught since they were young.
I got a question. I'm gonna see if you can answer this question. Okay. Impress me.
Mhm.
Black women that can't be taught.
Mhm.
What is the reason that they've put themselves in a position of a stalemate? Because if you're not willing to be taught by anybody, you have no room for advancement inside of yourself. So is it who's teaching you, or is it your learning ability?
You're asking, say the question one more time?
So there's a lot of black women
Mhm.
that they get to a position to where they don't want to hear anything else.
Mhm.
They know what they know, and that's it.
Mhm.
So let me rephrase the question. Do you feel that that's going to hinder their growth? Because there are some black women who don't want or are not perceptive to, this is a con. So we're talking about the pros and cons
Right.
of black women in power. And when they're trying to lead, you can't lead your child, Raya. You can't lead your significant other if you're not perceptive to the world in general from those that are smarter than you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
There are black women. They're white women. God damn, not that many. But there are some. Okay?
Right.
Because, we're going to touch The white women have been so submissive throughout life. The word submissive is a very, very explosive word. If you say the word submissive in your area, it's not a big deal. If you say the word submissive to a black woman, black women are like, hell no, motherfucker, you just want me to suck it and do this and do that and do what you ain't paying my bills. And whoa, calm down. Submissiveness is a natural ability of someone who is not combative.
But it's hard to be submissive when a wall has already been built for
Good
you,
job.
or when you've
Yes,
already
ma'am.
built up a wall, or
Okay.
when you've been brought into a space where you have no choice but to build up a wall. You
So that
know,
wall can be taken down by someone who is genuine.
it can be,
Okay.
but not everybody is genuine. And it's like most women that are like that, they come from broken places, and then they meet people that are also from broken places that try to make them submit to them. But it's like, why am I submitting to somebody who's not even okay?
Agreed.
Right, and then think about just like I was talking about that wall that's built. It's I don't even know. Think of like obsidian. The wall is it's almost unbreakable because, like I was saying, to break that wall, you have to be the same
Yeah, that's
intellect as
yes.
me. And no, you have to be more intellect because I have to learn something from you.
Right.
And at the start, you can't just want me for my body because
Right.
then I'm gonna just build up another wall because it seems like I've heard this from all the other people that aren't at my intellect that I was trying to learn from. So it's just navigating the world as a woman, and then now I've so I already have a glass ceiling that I've broken, but now I've got a stone wall that I made for myself that I can't get past because the society, the thing, my safety,
Hmm.
and then really it's really just the safety. I can't break it because I would be killing myself, putting my neck out too far, and it's not worth
Do
it.
women in general?
But then is there no room for growth?
Absolutely.
They're not allowing room for growth then.
Yes, it
Well,
feels like you can only grow
but like Ryan
sideways.
said,
Hmm.
it's the wall that needs to be broken down. Well, not broken down. It's the wall that needs to be let down carefully
Hmm.
by the next person
Mm.
in line, friend or a companion that needs to say, "Hey, look, these are the mistakes that were made by whoever in the past. This is how to move forward." And that's what causes certain black women, I feel, to have that strong, aggressive stance with that wall in front of them that makes it a con to those black women in power. Now, what I want to say is this, that y'all have to understand that there have been black queens.
Right.
There have been 2 black queens of England. Did y'all know that? Of England. 2 black queens of England, okay? Um, um, and before I tell you about them, I want y'all to understand that power tends to corrupt. All right? And absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Hmm.
If you have, man or woman, if you have absolute power, it's going to corrupt you in some shape, form, or fashion because you have the ability to do whatever without consequence.
Hmm.
All right. So, in saying that, Queen Nzinga, okay, of the Ogondu and Muntumba from 1583 to 1663, she was labeled as a tyrant, okay, but only because of her ruthless tactics as a fierce military leader and what will be present day Angola, uh, and that includes her killing all the potential challengers of her power. Okay, so she was challenged by those who wanted to take her off of her throne. So she made sure that those people did not succeed.
Right.
What would you do, right? So also, she did everything military wise to protect her kingdom,
Hmm.
but she was labeled as a tyrant. But when men of any color do the same thing, they're a great king. All right. So also, let's talk about um oh Oh, Ranavola of Madagascar, 1778 to 1861. All right. She had something called trial by ordeal, which estimated that she killed 2.5 million people. All right. And that she was classified as the most tyrannical queen. Or well, they're saying that she was classified as the most tyrannical. She had the most tyrannical reign in modern history of any sovereign person.
More than Genghis Khan?
2.5 million. Genghis ain't killed million. I wonder how many people did Genghis Khan
I
kill?
thought he was like, he killed, what, like 32 million?
But he
Killed a
wasn't
whole
a but he,
country.
but he wasn't a king.
Oh, I thought he was just comparing. I thought they were exaggerating maybe just because she
She
was
was a
black.
monarch.
Okay.
So she was a queen, right?
Because I was like, I know Genghis
He
killed
was a
millions.
gangster. Genghis was a military leader. He was
Like
he was a
Napoleon.
soldier. Yeah.
He just
like a
kept
good
winning.
portion of
Poland,
Asia
sure, I might
that's
be
like
small, but I
biologically
carry a
related
big
to him
stick.
because of how many villages he
He ran through, raped,
Yeah,
really,
there's like
uh,
a good portion of Asia that's like
That's crazy.
biologically
raped,
related.
pillaged, and plundered. Yeah, that
Yeah.
boy there, he ran through shit. But the problem is that when we're comparing apples to apples,
Right.
why is there a difference in a yellow apple than a red apple? All right. The yellow apple did the same thing as the red apple. The yellow apple went through the same shit as the red apple. The yellow apple had to go to school or grow just as long as the red apple. But the yellow apple, the light colored apple, is considered, oh my God. And the darker apple is considered way down here. What is the difference? They both went through the same thing.
So say for instance we flip the apples, right? The red apple is the one up here and the yellow apple is the one down here. The only reason that the red apple is the one up here is because it is better for the image.
Mhm.
So of course that's going to be the better pick because it's the one that most people are going to gravitate towards. It's the one that most people are going to want to look for. It's one that most people are going to want to, enjoy. It's literally all image based.
Yeah, it's not even about the taste at that
It's
point.
not because they both gonna
'Cause
taste like
they
an
both-
apple.
They
Yeah.
both taste good. One is
I
the
like the green ones.
Hey, and
I don't like either. I like
so
the
we're
green
talking
ones.
about color still, right? Think about this. So color, and then all of a sudden there's a taste.
Mhm.
So, but they all grew the same. They might have all grown the same amount of time. And if you bust them up, they all make juice. So they all bleed the same blood. See what I'm saying? We're making emphasis here where we're trying to pull it together as they're all the same. So as women, as a white woman, as a black woman, they're both women. If you take a bullet and shoot both of them, that's bad, very bad. So understand it. But
Your
if you shoot both of them, they both gonna bleed, right?
You're liking the green ones.
Blood gonna pop out of both of them motherfuckers, right?
Analogy.
It's an analogy. Blood is gonna come out of both of them. It's the same color blood. The color's not any difference. They both can grow, they both can live, they both can eat, they both can have kids, they both can survive. They both can teach, and they both can provide. The only difference is one by society and by the powers that be is held higher than the other one for no goddamn reason. Zero reasons. Zero reasons. There's not a difference in women. You might say, well, shit, I like white girls, you know what I'm saying? Because they do this here. I like black girls because their hair is on that, it's fire. That is a choice.
Personal preference.
It's a personal preference.
But when you have a group of people saying they like the red apples, more and more people are going to gravitate towards those red apples. They go, oh, well, if
So
all
yeah,
of them are
shit.
saying that,
We call those people sheep.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well,
Theory.
now let's talk about something now, y'all. Come on now, let's talk about this real quick. Let's
The
get this.
majority likes this.
Let's
the
get this
majority
shit out the
says
way.
this, we're gonna go there.
Let's
Before
go
we get
move
the
that
rest
way,
of this,
yeah.
let's get this out the way. I played football. I worked my whole life. I went to high school, I went to Johnson High School. I did gymnastics, I did this, that, and the third. I did all these sports. I didn't act right, so I kept getting kicked out of shit. But some kind of way they brought me up because they said that boy good, And then I go to the NFL, and the black girls has been with me the whole time.
Mhm.
Raya.
Mhm.
You've been using my girlfriend for the whole time.
Mhm.
As soon as I made the NFL, I felt like you wasn't acting right.
Mhm.
So you know what I do? I go get me a white girl. Huh? Why did I go get me a white girl? Why is it said, Raya's World, that after I got popular, after you sticking with me this whole time, why is my black girl no longer good enough? Why is this con? Why is this the stigma of young black girls and women that they can't keep their man after they get famous?
Because now you've exposed him to things he's probably never been exposed to. Now you got him in a position where, oh, white girls look at black
Are
men
you
as
holding back?
No,
Are you hold-
I was finna laugh.
Oh, I was gonna say
But
shit. Don't hold back, goddamn.
no.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
White girls look at black men as a token, right? And when
Okay.
you're put in a position to put this token on a pedestal, they're all going to gravitate towards that token.
Okay.
So when you have a black man who only his hometown knew him, and then you put him in a place like the NFL, now all eyes are on him. And if you have those white girls that have that obsession with black men, they're going to gravitate towards something new. So of course now what you had at home isn't going to suffice you, because now you have a whole bunch of different types of,
Hold on, Raya. Hold
Mhm.
on, hold on. Why can't the black woman provide what the white woman's providing? Is she providing something more positive? Or is she providing something
more convenient?
just so it's convenience?
Mhm.
Do you think there's any positive thing that he's gaining from this white woman
How is it?
that he wasn't gaining from the black woman? Any positive?
Probably like popularity and
Easy
stature.
access
Yeah,
type.
like now she'll be able
I
to
can
bring
walk
you
around
into
with
more
you.
rooms. Yeah, like she'll be able to bring you into more
Come on
spaces.
with it.
How is it more convenient if you already got he already got the black girl?
Okay.
How convenient can that be? You already got it.
Right.
It's right there, right? So
Good
how
point.
is going for a white girl more convenient?
Because she's closer to the ties of power. Like, as a black woman, yeah, he has everything that he needs at home. But for his
So you're
image,
saying
it's
it's about
easier
money.
for a white girl. Yeah, it's easier
It's
for a
about
white girl to take you into spaces and put you into places and have you with connections
and we're
that
back
you
to
wouldn't.
capitalism.
Like, that's literally all it cycles back to.
So
Like,
that's
it's
just one of the
easier.
cons of women is black women is that they're not in the spaces
We're not
that
allowed to
they
be in spaces.
we're not allowed to be.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I feel that. And that's a very valid point, because when you consider that people that have built up areas
Mm.
and or media or social platforms,
Right.
that if you don't look like the top, see, so black males built up hip hop, black males built up, so when you talk about hip hop, we're not talking about rap. Hip hop is breakdancing, graffiti,
Step up.
music.
Right.
It's a whole platform. It's
Stomp the yard.
clothing.
Stomp the yard.
It's all of that together. So, and then black women were a part of that as their hairstyles,
Right.
their dress. So we lead the world. In China, they're copying shit right now that we did in 1985.
Crazy
You understand that?
Crazy
They're bringing it back because it's so amazing to them
Hey, they
that
wrote a
our
book about
culture
that.
and way 40 years ago is live as fuck right now.
Damn.
So
And that's the thing I kind of want to get back to
okay,
is how because they hear these things we're talking about, we're complaining about. It just sounds like complaints
Mhm.
all the it's like, okay, here's this complaint, and it can be
so
valid,
all
and
we
that's
do
fine.
is black people's complain.
Exactly. And so we got even there's black people that talk about black people. I'm like, oh yeah, here he go again. So
Okay,
how do we get those guys to vote? Because we could talk. I could complain about, oh, a woman would never get into power, and just complain and then let it be that. So how do I get? How do I change the mind of the black person just thinking I'm complaining, the white person just think I'm complaining? Because showing them all this stuff like, oh, hey, we're actually this. I'm like, okay, so what? That doesn't matter. It just sounds like what it's always been. How do I change the minds of these young I wouldn't even say young people, the people that look like me that just are tired of the complaining. They think that they want to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. The women will get in power when it's time.
I want to say something to that, directly to that because you're 100% right. I deal with, because I'm on social media all the time now, which I was an anti-social media. I give a shit about all these platforms or shit. My old ass wasn't trying to get on there and interact with people.
Yeah.
But what I found out in doing this, because of this this damn old Unc entertainment shit that I love now, and I love y'all. This family, we're gonna go places. But what I want y'all to understand is, in view of the fact that I'm on social media now and I'm looking at this stuff, my old ass is starting to see them black folks, and I'm like, what the fuck are y'all thinking? What are you thinking? You're going against, like I told Maniac, you're going against your own interest. These people are saying shit like, they won't say shit about what's going on in the White House, but they'll talk about how Kamala Harris is Michelle Obama is a man. And I'm like, the fuck? She's a what?
She's with no proof.
One
She's
of
a man
the,
because
one of
she's
the,
a man.
if
That's
not,
it.
if not the top.
You
One
didn't
of the
see the
best,
video.
one of the best
You didn't see
looking.
the video.
You ain't showed me the video. One of the best looking president's wives
Find it right now.
in history.
They're
One of the best
watching.
looking president's wives, smartest, best family woman, raising her daughters right, taking care. Shut your ass up. taking care. You gonna say,
I'm gonna find the video after the
I will
pod.
have
All
to use
right.
my words and on this show, and I will say, man, that bitch a man, and I'll say it outright. If y'all ever can prove to me,
And you know it doesn't matter, right? It will
doesn't
prove nothing.
matter.
We will
They're
go
talking
through
Barack
all this
Obama
effort.
gay. Who gives a shit if he's gay? He was a great example for a black man. They talking about, what did Obama do for black people? You know what he did for black people? You want me to tell you what he did for? I'm gonna tell you what he did for black people. He was a great father, a great representative and orator of a presidential candidate and a president. He was a man who kept it together under the worst adversity you've ever seen any president go under. The stress levels can't be compared to anybody ever in history. Okay? That that this wannabe, I'm gonna kick your ass. This boy got this whiteboard over here and he is saying some foul shit,
You got
y'all.
to take it away.
But you know what? Look. I love you, boy.
Let me find the video.
It still doesn't change the fact that when you're talking about Michelle Obama, when you're talking about Kamala Harris, y'all heard it? You know, comma, the little thing right here?
Yeah.
It's a
They
comma
try to say
and
it
la.
wrong on purpose.
Yeah, y'all say her name wrong. Kamala Harris. You're talking about women who have the ability to out-talk y'all, to out-educate y'all, to out-understand y'all, and has more compassion than any of these some guns in now. Now, let's talk about Jasmine. Because my girl will cuss you smooth out
I love it.
and then tell you how she gonna fix shit. Don't believe her if you want to, Maniac. Don't believe her if you want to, Rookie. Don't believe her if you want to, wanna be famous ass. Jasmine Crockett is a staple, is an amazing, is a future forward look on politics and the way things should be, because the shit that she's shooting for, this motherfucker said, I love her. I do too.
But to them,
But
it
guess
sounds like
what?
a pipe dream.
Huh?
Because we just got almost 5 years now with
Rookie,
Trump lying
she
to
didn't
them.
win.
No, I
She
understand.
didn't win.
I
Why didn't she win?
Because she's black.
Why didn't
Exactly.
she win?
She's a black woman.
And this I understand. It doesn't matter what she would have said. If let's say it's even a white man talking like she's talking.
They talk about Talarico. Talarico was a Christian. What the fuck was she?
Like they
Because he goes around talking about God is good and God and my parents were Christian and my parents. Who cares that you talk about it all the time? Christian evangelists were evangelicals are the reason why
If you have to
people
tell
are being
people
frowned on right now. You want to know why? Because you can't. I'm a Christian.
No, if you have to tell people you're a Christian, are you really a Christian?
It's like, you know what we was talking about one time? Check this out. You driving down the street, right? You in your car, and you look over, and you see a car with some big rims, and they got some paint on it, and on the side, they got a big ass sticker that say slab. If you got to put a sticker on the side of that bitch and say it's a slab, then guess what? That means that motherfucker probably ain't there yet.
Right.
So if you suddenly run around talking about how you a Christian
And then you vote against everything.
and you vote against everything that says that you're a Christian,
Right.
people.
Because they like the idea of being a Christian. They don't like being true Christian people.
They
That's
like
the
they
problem.
like being a Christian when it's hating on something they don't like. When it's hating on a minority, someone gay, someone that lives a different lifestyle than them, they're like,
Christianity
yes,
is
I am a Christian.
skewed as it is, period. It's a bunch of people talking about God is good. Oh God, I'm finna say this. With a meat in their hand, shooting shit in the air, and
Exactly.
talking about catch this.
Just a circle jerk.
It's like it's a circle jerk.
But
But I've seen it in churches.
right. They
The
say
worst
I'm a
people
Christian.
be in the
Stop talking
churches.
about God and what God's God, what Jesus stood for, and you don't stand for the same shit.
The thing, think about it as a woman. On Wednesday, you're just walking life. You living life how it is. Next Wednesday, you lost the rights that you've always had. And then the
So as a
Christians
black
are like,
woman,
yeah.
as a black woman, a regular black woman.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about a black woman in power. A regular black woman. As a regular black woman, you face so much heat that the heat that you face has so much pressure on it, and people want to know why black women act the way they act.
Right.
But if you act a certain way because of the pressure, then it's justified. It's why we talked about the old black man. When I said, "Who's the most racist person you ever gonna run across?" And Maniac said, and you might have said it too.
Hey.
Maniac said, Asian, or he said, old white man. I said, no, it's an old black man. I said, because he has the right to be racist. So when you have the right to be racist,
I said Asian for
it's
sure.
that hatred. You
Yeah,
did say Asian
deep-rooted
first.
hatred.
It's that deep hatred because I was hated on as I'm a grown man. I'm an adult for no reason. I was everything about me was frowned upon.
That's generational hate.
Generational hate. Only because of the color of my skin.
And don't let them be successful. They're even more hateful because it's like survivorship bias. They're like, well, I did it, so why aren't you doing it with 6 kids, even though we forced you to have those kids? And we're not going to help you pay for anything they have. But I'm a Christian, and I'm going to make sure that the kids don't have any food for lunch. I'm going to make sure that they don't have that. I'm going to vote against it. But I'm a Christian. Like, that's the stuff that a black woman's having to deal with.
So as black women politicians, right? as of 2015, 11,812 men in Congress, right? I got that? 11,812 men are in Congress. 294. Boy, y'all didn't hear what I said. 11,800 versus 294 women total in Congress. All right. 245 of those 294 women are white. 31 have been, listen to them words, 31 have been black.
So not currently, but in history.
We're talking about in Congress. Now, I would like to tell y'all that there's been a 70% increase of black women in politics and in places of power across gubernatorial, mayors, aldermen, like my boy Head of State. That was the other movie, Head of State, with Chris Rock. That's the other movie you need to watch.
All right.
He's an alderman. He said, I want you to be president. He said, of what? He said, the United States. Of what? America. What America? He said, yes, sir. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Cam, me and you, it's me and you, me and you and Tank, me and everybody else missed. Everybody else missed.
You got it back, bro.
Yeah. This is what I need you to understand. Black women are shattering glass ceilings after glass ceilings all over the nation right now in politics, but they are still facing death threats. They're still facing all kind of things on social media pertaining to their family, negativity, backlash from white men, from black men, from white women. What I want y'all to understand is that the only detriment to politics right now is not white men. Did y'all know that?
White women.
Like it's black men,
No,
white women.
white women.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not surprised. I was just about to say because guess what?
Followed by black men. Because white men haven't changed. Let me tell y'all something. White men have had 400 years to fix America. 400 years.
Right.
So if white men are the majority and they wanted to fix America,
It would have
It
been
would have
dead.
been done.
this motherfucker would have been
It's
fixed.
exactly how they
Do
want
y'all
it
not
to be.
understand that?
Exactly. That's
It
what
would
I'm
have been
saying.
fixed. Rookie,
Yeah, feminism.
maniac,
The
it would have
white
been
woman.
fixed. If white men wanted to fix America, it would have been fixed.
Because they wanted to.
Raya, baby girl, it would have been fixed.
Yeah,
Y'all hear me? It would have been fixed.
and that's what
Are
I'm
we
saying.
not, are we not all free though? Isn't that
No.
the whole
We're not
idea?
free. We're all
We're
not
not
free.
free.
No, we're
At
not.
all.
But you can go do whatever you want with
No,
the
you
way you're
cannot.
in the market.
Until they change it. So,
But you have free will in this country.
You have free will, but you don't have freedom.
you have free will until what's it called? Until ICE run up on your ass and tell you that they think that you might be. Goddamn, want to be? I mean, maniac. Your tan today looks a little bit too dark.
And you speaking.
Let me see your
I
paperwork.
think you might have an accent.
Do you understand?
And
See,
that's it.
this is the problem with white folks. I'm gonna tell you right now. The problem with white folks, maniac, is that until it happens to you, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Did you hear what I just said?
I get what
And
you're
so when Pretty got shot, when damn, I know her name. When old girl got shot,
Renee.
Which one?
thank you. When Renee got shot, all of a sudden, white folks started paying attention because they got shot by ICE, who's supposed to be doing what?
Protecting them from the leaks.
Now ICE is in the damn airports,
I saw that, yeah.
undertrained, not doing a damn thing.
We're all friends here, though.
We're all friends. Check this out.
It's one thing for me to acknowledge something, and there's something else to sit here and act like there's nothing that needs to be corrected. This lovely gentleman sat right here and tried to erase it, literally sitting next to me, literally. So and
you live in a
even
country where
and
you could
even
point
doing
out
the
these
and
wrongs,
even
and they are
and even
your-
doing the comparison, saying, would you rather go to China or not go to China? Are you a veteran? So that means you never raised the pause means no. So that means he never raised his
Wait a
hand to say,
second.
I'm willing to die for this country. Let's stop talking about just the Dow. Not only was I willing to die for this country, both of my grandparents
Thank you
were.
for your service.
That's right. Thank me for my service. So how dare he
I
sit here
thank
and
you for
ask
your
me.
service.
So how dare
And
he
I-
sit here
I
and
feel
ask me
proud
would
that
I
you're
rather
able
be
to
in China
raise
when
these
I was willing to
topics.
die for the country that is locking up the people that we're talking about. There are more black men enslaved than those who were enslaved in 1850 in the prison system right now in 1850 that did not actually get the due process that you guys are talking about, that actually had to take plea bargains because they could not afford adequate law attorneys, which is why I'm in law school, by the way, right now. Shout out to FAMU. So to sit here and ask me, what country do I live
Let me
in?
point
It's
something
called
out to
America.
you.
You can't point
Okay.
nothing out.
I
That's
do.
what
I
you
want to
keep
say
getting
this.
confused.
If you were on the
Last
Abby
word,
Phillips
Well, I
show
don't wanna hear
Chinese
it.
version, you wouldn't be
But
here
I'm not
tomorrow.
the Chinese version.
You're
I'm
in
here at
America.
the
You
American
get to
version.
say
these
The
things.
black. I know,
You
and I'm
should enjoy
saying
your
it,
freedoms.
and I'm saying it, and I'm enjoying it,
I'm
and I
proud
fought
that
for.
you-
Y'all know who that is? Y'all don't recognize that gentleman?
That's the dude with the Shark
He's
Tank.
from Shark Tank.
Yeah.
So what does he do for a living? He's a businessman.
Investor.
He's an investor.
Talking about you should be happy.
He's a millionaire. And what was he specifically trying to do in that video? He was trying to hush her up.
Humbling.
The truth that she was telling was too much for him to overstand. She shot so much shit off the muscle that he started feeling vulnerable.
And I bet you she didn't interrupt him once while he was talking. But as soon as she starts, she let 7 words out immediately. Oh wait, putting his hand up, getting more in her space. You know, intimidation. They'll do that. Luckily, they were on the show. If it was out on the street, you can't have a conversation. A black woman.
Truth is the new hate speech.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and they use intimidation. They were on the show. If they were out on the street, you've seen the videos how they be getting in black women's faces. Now I'm in your. They would never ever in their life. They wouldn't even do that to a man. Imagine a black.
So
man.
right
That's
now,
the
I'm gonna
safety
tell you right
thing I'm
now,
talking
I
about.
don't advocate for violence, but I do very much enjoy when I see somebody getting the brakes beat off of them or run up in people's faces. And so my boy, man, what's my boy name? What's his real name? Gaiman from Soul Plane. Gay Money.
I can't think of his name.
He's a comedian. Man, I love him. First of all,
I'm Dominican. This is that
yeah,
guy?
yeah, he's from Africa.
That's it, Monday.
Who? Godfrey.
Yeah.
Godfrey is. He has a whole segment. Y'all need to watch Godfrey, man. Godfrey will have y'all cracking up. He has 4 different segments. He got a segment called "Leave Black People Alone." All right. Leave black people alone means it's like it'd be somebody standing up in the grocery store talking, chilling, finna pay for their food, and somebody walk up and be like tapping on the shoulder, like, get your ass out the way. And then they get the brakes beat off of him, and he'd be like, look, I don't advocate for violence, but he deserves to get his ass smooth whooped. It's like, why y'all fucking with us, man?
Don't put me into that.
I'm not putting
Say
you in.
y'all.
So give me. And
As
you may
we-
not
as we
have
said
no way.
earlier,
Let me tell you.
like
I'm
generational hate.
asking you because I want to know what you think from the perspective of a young white male of why someone would have the audacity to put themselves in a position to say, like, just say this. I'm in line at the store. You walk up on me, tell me, say, Kid, get your ass out of the way so I can pay for my shit. But you behind me in line. Why would someone do that? Like, what makes that? What gives a person that gall, that unmitigated gall to tell
If
me?
we're talking race, it could be prejudice,
Okay.
and then it could stem, like I mentioned, from generational hate. And if it's just somebody in general, then they're probably an egotistical
So if
asshole.
you're that type of guy that will
And
do
then-
that to another male, you're gonna damn sure do it to. I'm sorry, to do it to a black male, you'll damn sure do it to a black woman, right?
You'll be in her face. Probably pushing
So
her
what's
aside.
going on right now, Rookie? What's going on right now on social media? Maniac. What's going on right now on social media is white males getting in black women's faces, and then someone stepping in. My favorite form of defense is in defense of others. I love that. If I'm walking down 6th Street and I see you out there having a good time, and you and your girls is out there, and somebody walking up on y'all causing problems, and I see it, I'm sorry. Everybody around me always say, Kirk, and it's over. I'm already in there. I'm somebody getting snapped on.
So, Kurt, have you recognized or realized when this behavior started?
When did it start?
This behavior, when the boldness started escalating.
What you mean? Of course I did. It was the day that they announced the first term when Donald J. Trump won the presidency.
Absolutely.
As
And
soon
it
as he won the
stopped.
presidency, because they blame everything on Barack Obama. They say that, oh, he's the cause of the racial indifference. Okay? Barack Obama is not the cause of the racial indifference. Barack Obama is the explosion of racial indifference.
And this I know when a thing like January 6th can happen, and then he pardons these people. When that can ever happen in a first world country, that tells me that. And him get the I'm talking about the January 6th and the pardon, both of these things. If that can happen in a first world country, that how am I not comfortable? I can say whatever. I'm on top of the world.
Do you realize?
Not me. I'm talking about if I was a white man, I'm on top of the world. Yeah.
Do you realize that if there was all black folks, or let's say 75% black folks out at the January 6th thing, man, it would have been tear gas launching.
It would have been a mass
It would have
shooting.
been,
It would have been
it
a
would have
mass
been ass whooping
shooting.
extravaganza out
That's
there.
a good ending. We would have got killed
Mass
immediately.
shooting.
It would have just if we would have broke through the White House with a riot shield,
With a wall,
killed
broke through the wall and the windows.
and then guess what? It would have been justified. They're
Right.
like, you broke into the White House, and then I, as a black man,
What you say? Wait. Say it again. It would have what?
It would have been justified.
It would have been justified, right? Because if you are breaking into the White House or you're breaking into a government building,
Right?
Yeah, it was
you need your ass punished, right?
It was-
Killed.
it was a
Absolutely killed.
congressman,
And then they'll look at you
Because you're
they'll-
going in there because you're the whole persona was to stop the
certification of
transfer
the vote.
and certification of power.
And how many FBI were in the crowd there? And say
I couldn't.
They were understaffed.
I couldn't
There
tell
was
you
so
that.
many.
Yeah, they were
They were understaffed. compared to the amount of people that were there.
I mean, the people that were there.
No,
A
he was
lot
saying
of
like
them were
participating.
agents.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of
A lot of the
participating were
participants.
undercover agents.
Hmm.
Well, and if they were, and they were undercover agents, and they were part of the problem,
That's,
what should happen to them?
nothing's gonna happen to
No, I
them.
said what should.
Well, they
No,
shouldn't be
answer
doing
the question.
that. They
The
shouldn't
question
be doing
was,
that. There
Donald
shouldn't
Trump.
be a
The
corrupt
question
government.
was, Donald Trump, if you are an agent or you are a person in general and you are committing a crime, what should happen to them?
Then you need to go to court for your crime.
Right, you should be prosecuted.
But see,
Hey,
we're
hey,
doing the
didn't we have a show called Answer the Question?
Answer the question. Was
Answer
the
the
name,
question,
answer
man.
the question,
Come on,
baby. That was the name of the show.
But
All
see
right.
that we do the math easily, like, okay, this happened, so the answer is this. But then and they would give you an answer that you would like, and then they would turn around and still vote for him. And then
That's my motherfucking problem.
Exactly.
See, you've been boost me up so far because I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry to cut you off. Why the fuck would you turn around and say that you want something and then vote against the shit?
every time. You know,
Every
I
time.
can't. I don't even have an answer for that. I don't understand why they
Right,
do it. I
right.
don't know if either they're lying to me, they're lying to themselves. There's no question. That's why it feels it hurts for a person because you would think, oh, it's fruitful. It's a waste of time talking to these people. And I feel like sometimes it is because you could tell them all the things. You could list all the things Donald Trump has done, everything he's about to do, all the lies, the January 6th, how you can flip the race.
My conversation today, my partner told me that Donald Trump hadn't done anything wrong.
Okay.
And that he would be a better candidate after all the shit he's done wrong than Kamala Harris.
And guess what? This,
And I said,
well, I don't know. He did. I didn't know he did
He
that.
didn't do anything
But he
wrong.
hasn't done anything that he ran on.
He has not done anything. Exactly. Okay, right. You're 100% right. The
And
stuff that he ran on, he hasn't done any of it. He went against everything
And
that he
everything
said.
he ran on was great. It sounded great.
It sounded good
And then
until you read Project 2025.
I already knew about
But
that.
he tried to say that he knew nothing about it, and
put
he
it out before
helped
his
with the whole organization of Project
It would
2025.
have been one thing if they got tricked once. I'm like, but he was a president for 4 years and he lied to y'all, and then he lied to
Y'all
y'all
voted for
again.
the motherfucker
And
again.
then y'all are like, well, I didn't know
Well, they
that was
voted
gonna
for him
happen.
again. That says two reasons: because they were duped, and she was what? A black woman in power.
And that's what I don't understand about the farmers because he had the terrorists in his first term, and the farmers were getting screwed, and they were like, wait, I hate this. And then he that's the one thing he didn't lie about. He's like, I'm bringing back the tariffs, and then he brought it back again, and they voted for him again,
It
and
costs
then they got mad
more.
again. I'm like, I don't understand it.
It costs more for them to bail everybody out than if they would have just gave subsidies and helped out across the board the farmers in the first place to keep them on track, and everybody would have been okay. But the problem was that y'all don't know that. Damn, a little bit off subject, but the black farmers didn't get a goddamn thing. They were giving it all to the white farmers, and that is a truth and a fact. Now,
And Americans are paying for all of it.
and
The wall, the deportations, we're paying. Americans are paying for all of this. Even though he promised Mexico's going to pay for the wall, we paying for the wall. Oh, it's all good, guys. We're going to deport all these people and make it clear out America, and we're paying for it again. We're paying more money to get them out than to keep them in. They're bringing upon billions of taxes. They're paying billions in taxes, and they can't even get an ID, and they're still helping out the U.S. But we're paying more money. That's why the taxes are getting high. Plus the war that he started, they'll vote for him again. I mentioned all this that I understand is fruitful because they'll if he illegally ran for a third time, which is illegal, they will vote for him again.
of course,
How do I
absolutely.
communicate with a person that will go against all of their interests, all the things that they promised? They know they're being lied to, and then they'll still vote for that person. You're talking to a person that's not a human at that point. That's why I can't level with them.
A brick wall.
Think about this, y'all. Bronx, New York. Vanessa Gibson. Okay, she was an 8-year councilwoman. They brought her. She got elected again as the Black Borough president. Okay, she showed up for 11-month-old baby getting shot. All right, a very, very amazing, and I'll say wrong word, a very devastating house explosion. and a fatal fire that killed a bunch of people. She was there on set after being elected for these things. But yet we have Greg Abbott, who left Texas during Hurricane Beryl. And then during the power outages in the cold where a lot of people died, this somebody sat back and put his thumbs up on his wheelchair, put his hands up on his legs, and didn't do a damn thing and waited too long to effectively help Texans. All right? Don't help me. Don't help me. Help the sick. Help the poor. Help the elderly. Help those people in power out of situations. All right? He didn't do so. But yet the black woman, Vanessa Gibson, in New York, they'll frown on her. They'll frown on Jasmine Crockett. They'll frown on Ayanna Presley. That's her name. They'll frown on black women who speak out in power. But when they're speaking out for the benefit of you, of you, and of me. All right? I have some things that I want to say real quick. When you talk about Jasmine Crockett, when you talk about Angela Davis, when you talk about, y'all know who Ann Atwater is? I've mentioned her many times on this show. Ann Atwater is the black woman who, in the end, befriended a white supremacist KKK member and stopped him and changed his life around and became best friends with him. And they, if you watch the promo video, it's with the question mark is sitting right there together in the picture. Those two became friends and damn near died together. He was a KKK. He voted against the KKK, and they tried to not patron his gas station anymore on the movie. If y'all seen the movie, Taraji P. Henson played her in the movie. Ann Atwater. These people had voices because they were speaking to the affirmative of black women and black people. And they were in power. They were held down, fought against, abused, shot at, everything that could happen negative towards a person of any color, okay? There were voices that the powers that be did not like to hear. These names that I want y'all to consider, look up, rewatch the video, find them, find out who they are and what contributions they've done towards and for people in general. These people didn't do stuff for black folks. They did stuff for American citizens of all color. Shirley Chisholm, Maxine Waters, Ayanna Presley, Ketanji Brown Jackson, Barbara Jordan, Kamala Harris, Ida B. Wells, the great singer Aretha Franklin, Maya Angelou, C.J. Walker, Michelle Obama, Mary McLeod Bethune, Sheila Jackson Lee, Gwendolyn Brooks, and Dr. Valerie Thomas, and Mae Jemison. Those are just a few of hundreds of prominent black women. You evaluate the pros and cons of what they did versus what you feel like they should have done or what the downfalls of these women were. I looked them all up. I can't find anything negative about these women except for them being black women. I don't like the way they looked. I don't like the way they talked. I don't like the way they said against. I don't like what they said against my racist narrative. That's it. So if you don't have a narrative of racist, if you don't have a narrative of white power, if you don't have a male chauvinistic, did you hear me, rookie? Yeah. If you don't have, maniac, if you don't have a male chauvinistic view of women, these black women have been nothing but pros towards society, politics, the views of everybody, because they are trying to equalize and evaluate everything so that we all get everything equally. The problem is that to the oppressor, equality feels like oppression. Understood?
Absolutely.
And the thing I want to end on is a main thing is holding our feet to the fire, because that's the only way to make change is within the community. Because if let's just say you're asking me, because you will be telling me why are black men leaving us, why are they going to jail, and I would have to answer for it, because it may not have been me. I didn't leave my wife, I didn't leave my girlfriend and all these things, but I would have to, it could be my brother, it could be my fellow black man. I would have to answer for it, and I would have to make a change in my community. Why can't we do that with the white man? We not looking at you, and but I am looking at you.
He's the representative.
Exactly. That's
He's
what I'm
here
saying.
for a reason.
You hear these complaints, you hear these things. So I am looking at you. I could do it to my face turns green, but I can't. You are in the community, so you have to make the change. Just like she would be asking me to make a change for the black men that's leaving, that's getting in fights.
This whole Local Entertainment, this whole Rise World,
right?
OG and the Rookie,
off the muscle.
Point of view.
Show.
For amazing shows, representation of all. What we not have? We don't have a white young lady. You have to hold down and understand the view of your category. I am an older black male. You're a younger black male. You are a younger black woman. We all are held accountable for what we are in society.
Right.
Let's keep speaking on them views. Let's keep researching those views. Let's keep understanding those views, because we don't understand a damn thing. All right? We overstand. We need to know or not know. Do you hear me? So if you're on my team, if you're on my team, we're going to understand what needs to be done as a community to support our men, our women, and people that support us.
Right.
Those that are learning.
Hold them up. It's not a
hold them up.
bash, but
I'm not,
hold them account-
man,
feet
I
to
don't
the
mean to.
fire, and show them,
So
just like the black woman being successful.
So what I need y'all to support is this. Support Kimberly Healer Allen. She's from Higher Heights. Kimberly Allen from Higher Heights. Her objective is to support black women in office and campaign and raise money, okay, for those. And we have to understand what's the future for black women in power. Tomorrow, everybody, I want y'all to understand this. The point of view. What we got going on for the point of view tomorrow?
Oh man, we got another 5 episodes of the point of view. We're talking about submission, the most triggering word in relationships.
A bullshit? A bullshit.
Listen, I tell you what, don't forget, every Monday Tuesday is what? Tuesday is OG
and the Rookie on Tuesdays. Y'all check that out. More sports, current. It's always something going on, always something we complaining about. You got to tune in.
Now, upcoming on Monday. What is the date?
It's going to be the 6th of April.
On the 6th of April, Baby Girl, Raya's World. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, go ahead and tune into Raya's World. Like he said, every Monday, it's going to be the podcast literally about everything. Come with open views and an open heart.
Already. There's already been something said, y'all. I have to say it. I've been wanting to say it the whole show. They keep talking about, man, Kurt, man, that might be one of your daughters, man. She has that same kind of. Raya, welcome to the family.
Thank you.
We already love you. We already support you. You're a very, very valuable part of Old Uncle Entertainment. And the sky's the limit. Y'all ready? Good night. Thank y'all for tuning in.